Dear students, Namaste, good morning to you all, and also welcome to another session of online mathematics class. In the previous session, we have completed chapter number 7, that is coordinate geometry. Hope you have revised well. And in today's session, we shall discuss a new topic, that is introduction to trigonometry. Let's move on to the topic. Have you ever seen a pyramid? They are magnificent. In fact, pyramids were the tallest structures on earth for more than 3,800 years. So, height was a very important feature of these pyramids. How were these pyramids built? A lot of mathematics was involved in constructing these pyramids. The bricks had to be laid at a specific angle from the ground to achieve a desired height. If the angle was less, then the height will be lesser than the desired height, and if the angle was more, then the height would be more than the desired height. How do you think this height was calculated? Trial and error was obviously not possible because it took more than 15 years to construct a pyramid, and it also involved huge costs. So, early mathematicians used trigonometry to calculate the angles. In this session, we shall discuss more about trigonometry. Trigonometry is the branch of mathematics that deals with the study of triangles, that deals with the study of relationship between the sides and the angles of a triangle. Then there is a question: why only triangle? Why not polygons? We can have polygons of so many different shapes and so many interesting sizes. Why only triangles? The reason is any polygon can be broken down into triangles. So, if we study the properties of triangles, we can break down a polygon into triangles and study its properties. Another property of triangular shape is any triangle can be broken down into right triangles. That is, any polygon can be broken down into triangles, and any triangle can be broken down into right triangles. And trigonometry is the study of a relationship between the sides and the angles of a triangle. If you learn the basics well, it is one of the easiest and interesting topic of mathematics. The word trigonometry comes from three words. Tri means three, gono means angle, and metry means to measure. So the word trigonometry means trigon, that is triangle, and metry means to measure. We have already learned the Pythagoras theorem. Let's have a quick recall. There is a right triangle and the 90-degree opposite, that is the hypotenuse, we will label it as C, and the other two sides we can take it as B and A. Then the Pythagoras theorem says C square is equal to A square plus B square. Here, if any two sides of a right triangle is given to you, we can easily calculate the third side by using the Pythagoras theorem. Once again, any two sides of a right triangle is given to you, then we can calculate easily the third side by using the Pythagoras theorem. Next, in a right triangle, if two angles are given to you, or in any triangle, if two angles are given to you, here 30-degree and 90-degree are the angles marked, then we can easily calculate the third angle. That is, we have to subtract from 180 the given angles, that is 180 minus 90 minus 30, that is equal to 60. Here, when two angles are given to you, we can easily calculate the third angle by using the angle sum property of triangles. In the first case, when two sides are given to you, by Pythagoras theorem we can calculate the third side, and in the second case, when two angles are given to you, by using the angle sum properties, we can calculate the third angle of a right triangle. Next, the question is, in a right triangle, one angle and one side is given to you. How will you find the other side? Any one of the other side. So, the next portion deals with the answer of this question. Consider a right triangle. There is a given angle labeled as theta. First, you have to identify the hypotenuse, which is the side opposite of 90 degree, that you have already learned while doing Pythagoras theorem. Next, you have to identify the side which is opposite of the given angle, that we have to label it as opposite side. Now there is only one side which is left behind, that we have to label it as adjacent side. Once again, when you get a right triangle, first you have to identify the hypotenuse. Next, you have to identify the side opposite of the given angle, that we have to label it as opposite side, and the balance side we have to label it as adjacent side. Then the ratio opposite side and hypotenuse, adjacent side and hypotenuse, opposite side and adjacent side. These ratios will remain constant if the theta remains same, no matter how big or small the triangle is. The first ratio, that is opposite and hypotenuse, opposite side divided by hypotenuse, that is called sine of theta. The second ratio, that is adjacent and hypotenuse, means adjacent side divided by hypotenuse, that we have to call it as cosine of theta. And the third one, opposite divided by adjacent side, we'll call it as tangent of theta. These are all the basic trigonometric ratios. Next, we will discuss about the 6 trigonometric ratios. Consider a right triangle. There is a given angle, that is theta. First and foremost thing, you have to label the hypotenuse, which is opposite of 90 degree. Second, you have to identify the opposite side, which is the opposite of the given angle. And there is one more side which is left over, that we can label it as adjacent side. Once again, when you get a right triangle, first you have to identify your angle. Next, you have to go for identifying your hypotenuse, that is opposite of 90 degree. Next, you have to go for identifying opposite side, that is the opposite of your given angle. And there is one more side which is the balance, that we can label it as adjacent side. The first trigonometric ratio is sine theta. This is the short form of sine of theta, and you have to write it together. Sine theta, you have to write it together. Theta is the angle. When you separate it, theta from sine, there is no meaning. So you have to write it together. Sine theta is equal to opposite divided by hypotenuse, or opposite side divided by hypotenuse. It's not a problem. So opposite side divided by hypotenuse. In short, we can write OPP divided by HYP. That is fine. So sine theta is equal to opposite side divided by hypotenuse. You have to take the measurement of hypotenuse, and you have to take the measurement of opposite side. When you substitute it into this formula, you will get the value for sine theta. Next one is cos theta. Cos theta is equal to adjacent divided by hypotenuse. You have to take the adjacent side value, and you have to take the hypotenuse value. When you substitute it, you will get the value of cos theta. Next ratio is tan theta, that is equal to opposite divided by adjacent. The next one is cosec theta, that is equal to hypotenuse divided by opposite. Next one is sec theta, that is hypotenuse divided by adjacent. And the last one, cot theta, that is equal to adjacent divided by opposite. And these 6 formulas are the basic formulas of trigonometry, and you must learn these 6 formulas. There is a trick for remembering this formula easily. That is, For remembering the formula for sine, the first letter of sine that we have to take S, first letter of opposite that is O, first letter of hypotenuse that is H. So SOH. For remembering cos, first letter of cos C, first letter of adjacent A, first letter of H that is hypotenuse that is H, that is CAH. Then for remembering tan, first letter of tan that is T, first letter of opposite that is O, first letter of adjacent that is A, that is TOA. So when you read together it is Sokata. So Sokoto you have to remember, or simply just by heart the or remember the alphabets. By using these three sets we can write the formulas for sin theta, cos theta and tan theta. And there is balance, another three formulas are there: cosec theta, sec theta and cot theta. So by using sine, cos and tan we can write cosec, sec and cot, that you will learn later. Dear students, in today's session we have learned the basics of trigonometry and the 6 trigonometric ratios and its formulas. You have to write these 6 formulas on your notebook and you have to memorize it. If you feel any doubt or inconvenience, please feel free to ask. Thank you for watching.